Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Izzati Zulaika binti Syaiful Azwani and my matrix number is F22A0016. So today, I would like to talk about the best diet for farm animal. And the farm animal that I choose is sheep, or the scientific name is Ovis aries. So what are the sheep? They are species of domesticated ruminant mammal raised for its meat, milk, and wool. The sheep is usually stockier than its relative the goat. Its horn, when present, are more divergent. It has six glands in its face and high feet, and the males lack the breadth of goats. So sheep usually have short tails. In all white species of sheep, the outer coat takes the form of hair, and beneath this lies a short undercoat of fine wool that has been developed into the fleece of domesticated sheep. So the male sheep we call rams, the female we call ewes, and the young we call lambs. Mature sheep weigh from about 35 to as much as 180 kg, which is 80 to 400 pounds. So we move to the next one, which is the digestive system of the sheep. They have developed to include a growing microbial flora. The sheep are herbivorous ruminants that consume fibrous, coarse plants in order to obtain the necessary nutrient. Reticulum, rumen, omesum, and obomesum are the four stomachs that ruminants have. In the rumen, which perform microbial fermentation, there is a significant population of bacteria, anaerobic fungi, and protozoa that enable ruminants to digest plant effectively. Because ruminant cannot generate cellulose, an enzyme that digests cellulose, unlike other vertebrates, the role of microbial flora is to chemically break down proteins and carbs, which is cellulose and starch. A sheep will use its teeth to mechanically chew its food. Enzymes are released by the salivary glands to begin the chemical process of digestion. The saliva and alkali maintains the stomach contain liquid with a normal amount of acid and lubricate the food to aid in the sheep's ability to swallow. The food will then pass via the esophagus and into the rumen and the first stomach. Here, microorganisms are introduced to the food through mechanical churning. The bacteria secretes enzymes that degrade carbohydrates such as starch, sugar, and cellulose. Alternatively called forward fermentation, this process. After that, the processed food will move to the reticulum. The food will subsequently be regurgitated by the muscular walls back into the mouth for additional mechanical fermentation, or we call rumination. Then 60 to 70% of the food's liquid content will be removed via the omesum. The term through stomach refers to the obomesum. Gastric fluids containing lysozymes are secreted by cells that lines the stomach. The hydrochloric acid in the stomach secretion will then begin the digestion of proteins and mostly eradicate the rumen's microbial population. The small intestine, which also secretes additional enzymes that break down protein, carbohydrate, and fats into soluble molecules, force food into the body. The villi then take them up into the bloodstream. The remaining food remains that haven't been digested move into the big intestine. Here the bacteria further break down additional nutrients. Here, more liquid is more drained away. The material is subsequently pushed into the rectum and excreted as excrete through the anus. So we move to the next one, which is the main topic of this presentation, which is the best diet for the sheep. So usually we know that one of the common best diet for sheep is clover, grass, and fodder. Mostly sheep eat grass, leguminous fodder, and other pasture plants. They especially love fodder. In fact, it is usually their first choice of food in a pasture. A fodder is a broadleaf plant other than grass. It is a flowery plant. Fodder is often very nutritious. As compared to cattle, sheep eat a greater variety of plant and select a more nutritious diet through less so than good. Next, grazing time. Sheep will graze for an average of 7 hours per day, mostly in the hour around dawn and in the late afternoon near sunset. When supplements are fed to pasture sheep, it's best to feed them in the middle of the day so that normal grazing patterns are not disrupted. Next, when fresh forage is not available or it is inadequate to meet their dietary requirements, sheep usually fed store or harvested feeds, which is hay, silage, ballast, green chop, or crop byproducts. Next, grain is often fed to sheep, which with higher nutritional needs such as pregnant ewes during late gestation, ewes nursing 2 or more lambs, and lambs with the genetic potential for rapid growth. Grain is the seed part of cereal crops such as corn, barley, wheat, and oats. It is not unnatural for sheep to eat grain. They have always eaten the seed of plants. There are microorganisms in the rumen which can digest the starch in grain. A protein sources such as soybean meal or cottonseed meal is usually added to the grain ration along with vitamins and minerals to make a 100% nutritionally balanced feed. Unbalanced grain ration can lead to a variety of health concerns. Sheep love the taste of grain and can experience digestive problems if they eat too much grain too fast. Grain consumption needs to be regulated, introduced slowly, and gradually increased in the diet. At the same time, any dietary change can disrupt healthy digestion. Ruminants, such as sheep, should always have some roughage, which means fibrous feed in their diets. At least a pound per day for sheep is usually recommended. Producers in many parts of the world cannot afford to feed grain to their livestock, whereas in some part of the US and in some years, grain is more economical sources of nutrient than forage. So I think that's all for me. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye.